guys, so I am going to be talking about dating. One book that I would recommend, and this is not sponsored or advertised at all, but Numeral XO here on YouTube. I mean, I love her channel. I feel like she's very relatable in terms of being a successful woman who's like, I'm a strong, independent woman. And she was talking about Matthew Hussey and Get the Guy, and I went to his seminar when my friend came down here, and they mailed me a book. And I kind of flipped through it all last night, and I highly recommend this book. You can get it, put the link below where you can get it, but I highly recommend this book because of all the dating books I read. This one seems more of a self-empowering book than anything else. It's not really a dating book. It's not really about how to play games. It's just about, like how to be the best version of yourself, how to empower yourself, to put yourself out there, to be confident in who you are, and get the right guy for you. Because honestly, what dating is not about, it's not about playing games. It's not about, doing all that. It's about being who you are and finding the right person who just fits you, And if you're playing too many games and there's too much drama, you really need to rethink, I think, your strategy, or, what is really the deeper underlying issue in the dating thing. So I recommend this book. Another thing about this book is making you realize the prize you are and what you deserve from a relationship. So it's not saying to play games, but it's saying you should realize that you're a woman of high value. And if you're watching my channel, obviously you're smart enough to be watching this video. I'm just kidding. But you are a woman of high value, and if a guy does not treat you like that, then you need to find someone who will. And that's all it is, really, how to really put yourself out there, show people that you are confident, you are successful, you are a great catch, and finding that right fit for you. So I also kind of talked about breakups, which I thought was interesting. There's a chapter on breakups. He says that when you break up with someone, you feel this kind of heartache and this loss. And the loss is not because you really lost the person so much as you realized who they really were. And I think that is absolutely 100% correct. I think when you date and you fall in love with a guy, you're falling for a guy, you are in love with the image that you have portrayed in your head about him, and you're not really seeing him for who he is. And there are signs, red flags of different kinds of behaviors and things that don't really, just your gut doesn't feel good about. And ultimately at a breakup, it didn't work out because you initially fell in love with the person you thought was Mr. Right because of this image you had planted in your head, but the reality was different. And I think that's really important in terms of just dating. You have to see people for who they are, not what you want them to be. And I know that is my biggest challenge, not in even dating, but in parts of my life, is I see things and I see the superficialness, and I don't really see, I don't dig deeper into, who they are and what they're like. Because when you see your ideal guy or your type, then you're gonna want to make things work even if they don't treat you right or the right thing. Next blog I want to talk to you guys about is therulesrevisited.com or .org. It's called The Rules Revisited. It's a great blog, and I think the reason why I like it so much is because he is so honest. Andrew, who writes it, is so honest about dating. It's actually a little bit, sometimes too honest, on the cliff of being a little bit harsh. But if you can take that, I think you should read it. And one of the best posts that I've read from him is, don't let a guy waste your most eligible years. And I think that's so true. I think, there is no point dating someone who is just gonna waste time with you and is not going to want to commit to you, And I mean, the fear I think a lot of women have is, he dates me for 5 years, no commitment, dumps me, and then goes off with someone younger. I think that's always kind of a fear that every woman has. And the blog really talks about how, you gotta find the person who will want to be with you and will want to work things out with you and not just play around with you. I think that's the big thing, is play around. You don't want someone who's just gonna play around and waste your time. You want to be with a guy who really likes you and takes you seriously. And that means he is not afraid to show you off and he is not hiding you. Compromises are different. See, some people, they think, oh, I'm not gonna settle. I think there's a difference between, you know, being someone worthy, being respectable, and being in a good relationship versus settling. I think people say they settle when the guy doesn't look like their dream guy or have the dream muscles or dream smile or suave or funniness or whatever, versus settling in what you want in a relationship and getting those needs met. So they're settling in terms of the guy and settling in terms of your needs. I personally don't think you should ever settle for your needs. There's a thing called compromise, but I mean, like basic things like trust, loyalty, you know, being taken care of, all that. That is, you know, that's a deal breaker. If those things are compromised, that's a deal breaker. Whereas other things like, okay, he might not have a lot of hair, or he might not be that muscular, or he might not be that tall, or he might not make that much money. Like those things, I think those things are not as important as your needs and your values.
Basically, Perfect Beauty is there for you. Like, when I tell you that it empowers girls' beauty, it really does, which is what it says on the website.
How amazing the site is, and how amazing everyone's became so close. We're like, I wouldn't even say friends. I mean, at first they were like the best friends I never had.
I mean, we talk about everything on that website, from fashion, beauty, to products, whether we like products, dislike products, we help each other out. Skin problems, personal problems, boyfriend problems, girlfriend problems, whatever the case is, it's just a big, happy community.
I go on the website and it just brings me up. It really does. I look at all these amazing people who post stuff. Really, it changed my life.
She had created a site called perfectbeauty.com, and this site is amazing.
The problem right now is 8 out of 10 women do not consider themselves beautiful. I think there is a lot of pressure, a lot of negative self-esteem. I think girls look up to me because I'm very relatable. You don't have to be a size 0 and have model-esque features, the prototypical Barbie doll features, but you can still be beautiful. My suffering with acne made me realize that spots on your face, it's such a superficial thing, but the way it made me feel was just night and day. You know, I would be scared to go out and to talk to anybody. That right foundation to cover it up, it made me a little bit less afraid. And that is the power of how people feel about themselves. Making women feel good in their own skin and having, you know, using beauty products to make themselves feel great. My name is Daisy Jing and I am the founder of Your Perfect Beauty.
I'm a perfect beauty and I don't care what you say. Ain't no bras, perfume or makeup gonna make me that way. She said I'm just gonna be me. She said I'm a perfect beauty.
I hope to see you all in the Perfect Beauty forum. So, love you. Bye.